Hey everyone, Pesmori here, and welcome to Trials of Innocence. Man, I really can't get over this smile. Feel like that, one instance where Sonic compliments Elisa's smile, you know? Like, nice smile. But this is like super rare, you know? And Stella Ray's smile ain't too bad either. Alright, last but definitely not least, Luna Ray. Get ready for the next battle. Oh my god. It's here. Reaching far across these new frontiers. A significant amount of time is wasted on the road. This place is too secluded. Well, yeah, it's not exactly a tourist location. After such a long time, I wonder if the research center has moved on from the shadow of the director's death. Speaking of which, Annie was born here, right? I wonder how the people in the center reacted after she left. I'm sorry. Who did I bump into? The robot, wasn't it? Oh, it's you. What are you doing outside? I thought you were an indoor nerd. Ahem! What a powerful bump! Mr. Goldstein! Miss Ray, what brings you here? Did something happen in our center again? Depends. Hi, long time no see. The case I'm working on didn't happen here. Yeah, sure. Has Zoe caused trouble outside? None that I'm aware of. Maybe. No, not her. Even after all this time, that girl is still a troublemaker. I'll be straightforward with you. I'm currently investigating a case and I want to ask some questions here. I see. Your dedication hasn't diminished in the slightest. Thank you. Have you finished work for the day? To be precise, I'm on my way home. As long as my feet have not crossed the threshold, I'm not off work. If there is anything I can help you with, please feel free to ask. Thank you so much. Let's start then. With the New York approaching, it's getting closer. Please come inside to talk. Oh, New Year, New York. New York approaching. I mean, it's approaching and provoking. I need to run, but first I'll complete this playthrough. No problem. But what if I search the place before going in? There's nothing special to pay attention to here. Without Mr. Goldstein, I'd be looking for the doorbell. There's a small camera on the door. Did it open with recognition technology? Let me have a try. Enemy detected. Requesting support. Enemy detected. Requesting support. Terminate. Exterminate. What's with this alarm? Am I in trouble standing here? Yes. Haven't been here in a while. This building still looks futuristic. At first glance, it looks like a transformer. Speaking of which, transformers are robots. This building should be considered a boss-level structure. It stood up. Probably only the Pentagon could take it down. By transforming into another robot? I don't get it. It's been a while since I came here. It's been a while since I came here last time. But everything looks unchanged. Only without Annie by my side. Yeah. Miss Ray, why the silence? It's nothing. Just something occurred to me. I'm referring about GBXF004. Also your assistant. Okay, what? Yes. That was oddly specific. I was also in shock when I heard it. The director sent 004 to the mountain village in such a manner. She returned by accident and ended up with, well, that kind of result. Yeah, you're telling me. Every step was beyond expectations of the expectations of mine and everyone's in the center. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've truly moved on. All I can do now is try not to dwell on the loss, but rather try to understand. That's also the reason why I'm here. Reaching far across these new frontiers. I see. Sorry for what I said. Forgive me. Never. It's okay. The large explosion at the court square for unknown reasons made headlines for several days. The ultra-realistic robots are classified projects, so the media didn't disclose the details. I can't imagine the troubles Mr. Goldstein has faced because of that. Alright, let's regroup and focus on the matter at hand. First, let me search. The poster of Asimov's 3 Laws of Robotics is still on the wall. For that case, I even read a few of Asimov's novels. I just thought it was for tech enthusiasts, but it turned more philosophical. It even touched on the origins of the universe for some reason. Did I underestimate science fiction novels? You underestimated Mega Man. Such a wide hallway must be hard to clean. But there is a self-cleaning robot called Moonlit Pyramid, right? No worries with it around. Thanks to them, there will be auto-laundry robots, auto-repair robots. Would there be auto-lawyer robots? Probably. Oh my, in the future, humans will only be employed to repair and modify robots. Actually, that's a good point. I should probably get the skills for that. You know, get ready to suck on the, you know, get ready for the To be enslaved? So Zoe Sapphire's choice of career is really foresighted. Oh wait, I forgot to read. So Zoe Sapphire's choice of career is really foresighted. This lobby is so empty. It would be nice if Cyan could greet me, but one Cyan is enough. I'd be dead if there were two. Imagine, wow, long time no see. Wow, here's another me. Never say never. I'd be dead. If there were two Cyans, could I customize one the way I want? Yeah, you can make another Annie, if you're okay with it. Better not continue that topic. Few not serious exhibits were mixed in with the serious ones. Well, not really not serious, just different in style. The core of the center is developing robots. Maybe these plastic figures are also a type of robot? Let's take a closer look. I can somewhat understand why people collect garage kits now. Okay. Standard procedure. Miss Ray presented her professional license. Her license professionally once again, presumably to carry out serious legal procedures. Yeah, legal standard procedures. Just a slip of hand. I caused you a lot of trouble last time. Today, I will definitely do my best and tell you everything. No need to be serious, just take it easy. Even if you were to ask about the details of the center's food, I report each dish one by one for some reason. I appreciate it, but you don't need to be so serious. Although I am kinda curious about what dishes they have. After the incident last time, the center faced an unprecedented crisis. Without both Director Crimson and Sorden, the burden of leading all the work fell onto me. It's natural. It's only fitting that you take the responsibility given your qualifications and reputation. I do not claim that. The center is not only Director Crimson's legacy, but also the collective efforts of everyone. Fortunately, over the past 2 months, everything is slowly going back on track with everything being diligent in their positions. Sounds great. I hope to see your latest achievements in the near future. After the incident, many people fell into depression, and I felt helpless about that situation. Only Cyan remained optimistic as ever, and under her lively influence, everyone gradually recovered their spirits. I can picture it. Being able to maintain an optimistic attitude is perhaps the advantage of being a robot. I think it has nothing to do with being a robot. Yep. Alright. Mr. Goldstein, the reason I came today is to ask for your help in analyzing the files in this chip. What's this? This is a chip left by Annie. That explosion turned Annie, ultra-realistic robot GBXF-004 into pieces. This is the only relatively intact component I found at the scene. There is some burn traces on the surface, but the data storage function might still be operational. Tried viewing the computers on my file, but I couldn't read their format. There's an image among them. seemingly stored several years ago, and it appears blurry on my computer. That is expected. The files stored by AI undergo high density compression and multiple layers of encryption. Simple operating systems like Huge Hard, or Pear can't read the content. Huge Hard. What? Huge Hard. Oh man. Actually, in my opinion, Huge Hard and Pear are already high-tech. Yeah. Normie. Because you're a normie. I thought these contents would only serve to commemorate Annie. But unexpectedly, I came across a video screenshot in another case that resembles that image. So I came to you to confirm the connection between the two images. I see. But these chips were produced under the leadership of Director Crimson, and he is no longer with us. Oh no. Oh boy. Fortunately, the blueprints and notes he used to design the system should still be kept in the empty room on the second floor. I'll go and take a look. It's possible to restore your files. That would be great. If I speed up, I should be able to finish within an hour and make it home before dinner. A mere few minutes of delay would result in a severe scolding from my wife. I am so sorry. Sounds quite risky. I know I shouldn't rush you, but my time is indeed limited. I rely on you then. Well then, Miss Ray, you are free to move around the center for now. Once I finish it, Cyan will notify you. Cyan's still here? Why would she not? Of course. Regardless of any changes, this place will always be Cyan's home. She would be the last one leaving the center. I see. If all these events hadn't happened, this place would have been Annie's home too. In that case, Cyan, who was produced in the same way, should also know something about Annie. Cyan happens to be organizing files in the empty room now. I'll ask her to bring the necessary files to my room and start work. Miss Ray, feel free to go ahead. There might be other items of interest in you in that room. You're right. See you later then. The empty room on the second floor. Could it be the mysterious room with a vacant sign on the door? I was so curious about the room back then. I never thought I'd have a chance to go in during my lifetime. Yeah, today's your lucky day, I guess. Because tomorrow is not gonna be lucky. Huh, I thought behind the rusty door would be a dusty junkyard full of clutter. I mean, it's kinda messy. It looks like a compactus room. Is that even a real term? I don't know. Turns out it's just a regular archives room. There are traces of recent cleanings on the desk and floor. Did Cyan do this? Maybe? Speaking of Cyan, oh, she's there? Whoa! Oh my gosh. I don't know how to feel about that. Because, yeah. Whoa! Miss Neuer, long time no see. I miss you so much. It's only been a few months and she got me again. Huh. Maybe it's because it's been a few months, right? Cyan, long time no see. You're still as fond of scaring people as ever. That's the only fun I have here. Relax. By the way, what brings you here? Did something earth-shattering happen in the center again? Not in the center, I think. No, not really. So who died this time? Deputy Director Goldstein, Zoe... Oh, wait, is someone planning to get rid of me? No, and I don't know. None of that. Why are you saying these terrifying things in such an exciting expression? Because a lot of people in the center have been going out recently, and I'm so bored. Yeah, it's normal for the center to be in short chaos after the director's death and Sorden's imprisonment. Alright, seriously, the reason I come this time, in a way, is to see you specifically. Whoa, really? I'm so touched! This is the first time someone has visited me, especially since I stopped doing gymnastics. You did gymnastics? Well, you don't have to be so excited. But she reminds me of something. Cyan was a gymnast before becoming a robot, and she, in a sense, is one of the witnesses of incident number 761. It can't be a coincidence that she died in these past few years and ended up like this. This is another clue I can't let go. Anyway, Cyan, this time I come to ask for your help in analyzing a chip left behind by GBX004. Mr. Goldstein should be handling it now. During this time, can I ask you for some information? Of course! Since you're so sweet to visit me, there's nothing I can't tell you. Take the time to chat with Cyan for a bit. What? That's what I was gonna do? But first, time to search the place. Cyan, can you explain why the window feels... how to put it? Off? You mean familiar, right? Yeah, sure, familiar. Yes, but they also feel a bit out of place with the building. That's because the windows are modeled after ship designs. They're all circular. Oh, that's it. But why would a land-based building mimic a ship? Circular windows can effectively distribute force and are less likely to cause wall cracks compared to square ones. Will the center experience events that will cause wall cracks? You never know? Not yet, but you never know in the future. For example, there could be something, it could be something like strength tests with a giant robot. Okay. I don't know why giant robots, but okay, sure, why not? Actually, I know why giant robots. They're coming. I better come here less often. I don't know, might be the safest place in the whole I don't know. There are several design drawings on the desk. I could never finish reading all the center materials. It's quite common for a center. You only keep 3 types of materials here. Important materials in the right safe, internal materials on the left bookshelf, and research materials on the desk. Everything is digitized now, so we can't see rooms filled with documents anymore. You never know. Because there's a lot of schematics that are really old. No wonder there's always an always empty room. Okay. Oh wait, hold on, I already... Okay. Yep. Standard procedure. After the last incident, I always wanted to get a lawyer's license. I haven't heard of any country allowing robots to take the judicial exam. Isn't there something called special admission? There shouldn't be any problem as long as I get the highest score. That's easier said than done. The exam is quite difficult. I prepared for a long time back then. No biggie. After all, I have all legal works from ancient times to the present in my database. Cheater. Even if I can't answer, I can still connect to the built-in wireless network and consult legal experts on the spot. Yeah, that's cheating! But why do you want to get a lawyer's license in the first place? Because pounding the table and yelling objection at the defense table is very cool. Is that the only reason? Well, I asked the deputy director to help contact several exam institutions, but they all refused my registration. Thank goodness. I'm not confident I could beat a robot in memorizing legal texts. We're both robots. How come the difference between robots can be so huge? 004 can accompany you to investigate cases everywhere, while I can only scare people around the center. How about hiring me as your assistant? I'll definitely behave well and earn honor for you. You'll discourage the clients before behaving. Hey, come on, give her a chance. You never know. After the last incident, I can finally only serve tea to the deputy director. I refill his cup when it's empty, serve dinner after breakfast, what? And turn on the heater when it's getting a little cold. Considering his hard work, I play TV shows on the side and sometimes even sing a few songs to help him relax. Did he ask you to do all these things? Of course not. It's all my insistence. Every time he'd smile and say, I must be tired and go ask me to rest. I'm so touched. It does more like he's trying to get rid of you. Dinner after breakfast, huh? Okay. Cyan, how's your life? How's it going recently? After that crazy old man died, I don't even have anyone to serve tea anymore. Every day it's just watching dramas, so boring. That sounds like my dream life. It would be even better with snacks. Now even Zoe isn't scared of me. I'm just waiting for new interns to arrive. God bless him. I think after Zoe they wouldn't want any more interns. Just now, I didn't get a chance to chat with Mr. Goldstein in detail. How are things going at the center these days? After all, the outcome of the trial must have had a significant impact on the center, right? Of course! The director is dead, and Zordon is in prison. I thought the center's future would be in complete darkness, but thanks to the deputy director, we managed to make it through. So in terms of... So in terms of qualifications and achievements, Mr. Goldstein is the obvious choice for the director position. Seems like it. Why is he still the deputy director? After all this time? Will the new director from outside be brought in? Wow, the politics of elites is so complicated, but nothing like that. And what is it like? In fact, the appointment letter was approved long ago. He has officially become the director just 2 weeks after the case ended. Huh. Huh? Oh no! I must have been very impolite just now. I mean, I don't really think he cares. No, not at all. It was his own decision to continue calling himself the deputy director. Though his character has some flaws, his talent is undeniable. The director of the center would be Joseph Crimson forever. That's what he said exactly. I'm not quite sure why he chose to do that though. I wonder if his insistence stems from loyalty to the former director, admiration, or neither. Probably. Also, the name of the center has not changed. But it's actually Zoe who made the biggest contribution, allowing all the projects in the center to continue moving forward. Zoe? Really? Her? Okay. You mean Zoe Sapphire? Yeah! She presented a research report on brain memory and caught the attention of the top scientific academy of our country. The theories proposed in that report require a lot of experiments, and many of them involve AI and robotics technology. This report revitalized all the projects that were stagnant due to the loss of Dr. Crimson. The person you're talking about, is it really the Zoe Sapphire I know? Really? Okay. Who else could it be? Unfortunately, she is now an official researcher. I can't tease her anymore. Looks can be deceiving. Maybe she's doing better in her own field than I am. Is she in the center now? No, she and Remily went out a few days ago. Remily too? Are they on a trip? Sorta. Zoe said taking Remily out to experience the world may stimulate her brain activity. It might be helpful for her memory recovery. She seems quite determined to inherit Sorden's responsibility. I never expected her to have such a strong executive force. Shame on me for underestimating her in the past. But she still breaks things often, and leaves Remily to clean up the mess. Wow. I mean, at least she treats Remily like a human, and not like a disabled person. You know, in that sense. No need for shame. Anyway, despite the unpleasant events, the center is still moving forward in a positive direction. That's enough for me. By the way, I have another question. It's been a while since the last case. yet your legs are still the same. I'm curious about what happened to your lower body. Ah, my lower body. Yeah, your legs haven't been repaired yet. My legs? Are you talking about this? Oh my god! Yeah, what? Why on earth do you have it with you? You're scared the life out of me. Aren't you lawyers? Aren't you a lawyer specializing in murder cases? You must have seen more horrifying corpses than this. Haven't you? No. All the bodies I've seen were intact. I haven't encountered anybody dismembered. My body was assembled by Deputy Crimson, by Director Crimson. Now that he's gone, it'll be tougher for younger researchers at the center to fix it. It's normal for there to be a little progress in just a few months. I'm okay waiting a little longer. As for how it got damaged, I don't know. After all, my memories were reset. Haven't you asked anyone about it? After all, it's such a big thing. Why? I'm just at the experiment product. Transplanting Cyan Miller's memories was just another decision made on the spur of the moment. Before that, this body was already like this. Would you care to know what happened in your previous existence? Yes. To be honest, yeah. Wait a minute, you mentioned transplanting Cyan Miller's memories was just a decision made on the spur of the moment. Yeah? After all, Cyan Miller's death was a pure accident. How did you actually die? Can you tell me later? Hey, I'm still alive. You're talking about Cyan Miller's. Although to me... although to me it doesn't seem to be much difference. The small hole on her legs hasn't been fixed yet. Cyan, I'm actually quite curious about this before. Did your legs get damaged because of this small hole? Bingo! You got it right! This hole doesn't seem big. How could it be so difficult to repair? You know nothing. It's because this hole was a severe penetrating injury due to external force. Penetrating injury? Like being pierced through by a skewer or something? That kind of thing can't pierce through me. I didn't have any memory at the time, but according to others, it was a bullet. A bullet, huh? So the small hole I see is actually a bullet hole. Exactly. After Director Crimson removed the bullet, he gave it to me as a keepsake. Huh, I still carry it with me. I really don't understand the meaning of keeping this thing. Well, it doesn't take up much space, and when I'm bored, I take it out and play it for a while. Do you know when and where you were shot? No. As I mentioned, my lower body was already damaged before the memory transplanting. I have no idea about what happened before that. This bullet seems to be from years ago. If Cyan was shot many years ago... Oh! Oh my goodness. You know that hallway scene where Dante and Virgil and fucking English teacher was shot, right? Was he an English teacher? I don't know. The robots were there. Oh my god. She was just a robot. GBXF003 without any autonomous consciousness at the time. Who would insist on shooting her and what and under what circumstances? Cyan, can I borrow this bullet for a few days? Just keep it. It's useless to me anyway. Thank you. By the way, Cyan, about the assistant who came with me last time. I knew you would ask. I'm not very clear about how, but you managed to uncover her identity. If I had figured it out earlier, maybe things wouldn't have gone that far. It's not your fault. When she suddenly appeared in front of me, I was also very startled. Just like this. Oh man. Oh, Annie, no. Oh man. I miss you. So that's the conversation in the hall while I was catching up with Detective Sanford. Yes, I was still waiting to hear about the adventures of 004 these past few months. Such a pity. The director really played favorites with her, giving her all the good stuff. Good legs, a cute appearance, and super useful special abilities. I don't got any of those. Thankfully, I was carefree in my previous life. If I were someone else, I'd be so jealous. They'd be so jealous of her. Super useful abilities? Annie, GBX004 really has something like that? She didn't tell you? Before being transformed into the appearance of a country girl, she had some special functions. Back then, we both had our own expertises. 004 was a diagnostic robot equipped with advanced equipment. Diagnostic? I've never heard of it before. What exactly could she do? Prescribe medicines or give injections? I mean, she probably can do all those. No. Those are things only doctors can do. Until robots. And we robots don't have any medical licenses. We dare not do those things. You lack motivation. And conviction. What 004 could do was simply assess someone's health and monitor their remaining lifespan. Okay. Quite a subtle function. I wonder how useful it really was. Since I'm here waiting for Goldstein anyway, I might as well ask him about that too. By the way, you mentioned that you both had your expertises. Oh, but what about yours? At the time I was a guide robot for the Universal Games. Just stood there repeating safety instructions over and over. Well, that's a bit redundant. I feel like, you know, for a talking robot you could, but okay, sure. Sure, why not? How is it different from a tape recorder? I don't know, maybe, appeal? You know, because it's a talking robot? Not at all. This is why I said the director is totally biased. I suddenly understand her frustration. Cyan, I have a very serious matter to ask you. Heh. I could be associated with the word serious. Now that I'm actually intrigued. Last time I saw you, I was completely focused on the case. I didn't recall much else. Now I realize you were Cyan Millers, a gymnast from our country before becoming a robot, right? Oh my, those were the old days. Are you here for an autograph or to see me perform? If it's the latter, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. In my current situation, I can't even do a somersault. Who said I want to see you do some somersaults? I want to ask if you could remember the murder case at Apex Stadium 5 years ago. Ah, that one. I remember a little bit. Let me think. The victim in that case was an elderly cleaning lady, right? Not elderly, not cleaning, not lady. Completely wrong. Are you doing this on purpose? I'm seriously trying to recall, but my life has been so eventful. How could I remember such insignificant details? The Verity Lamp is... The Verity Lamp is currently with Chief, and even if I had it, it wouldn't detect lies from a robot. But her tone seems genuine. Maybe she really has nothing to do with the stadium case. Seeing how it's giving a lot of emphasis on it, it probably is. Then I'll ask something you surely remember. You mentioned that Joseph Crimson transplanted Cyan Miller's memories into a robot because she died. How did you die? And why did they choose you? There must be secrets hidden in this, right? Secrets? Did I say something funny? Of course! What secrets could there be? You're overthinking. No secrets? It's just that I didn't see the red light during sightseeing and accidentally got hit. Huh? After retiring 5 years ago, I traveled around the country. Oh, okay. Got bored of natural scenery, so I decided to visit various research centers. And then? And then I happily arrived at this research center, planning for a fulfilling exploration. I mean, I don't know how you would, but okay. But just in front of the door, at the time I was texting and skipping across the road. Skipping? Okay. Bang. Truck couldn't happen to be coming and I got hit. Sure. Happened. Yeah, sure. Maybe he didn't transfer you to he didn't send you to another world, but he sent you to another body. Close enough, huh? So I guess it's not Truck-kun, it's Truck-san. Though it might be a bit harsh, your death was really pointless. I feel the same way, but luckily I was right at the entrance of the research center. Back then, Director Crimson was looking for someone nearby, someone nearly dead for a memory transplant experiment, and I happened to be there. Oh man, he was probably like praying on his knees, like, oh please, please, give me someone, anyone, to experiment on someone almost dead for this memory transplant experience. Boom. Boss! Director Crimson! Not now, I'm praying for someone nearly dead. Boy, do I have good news for you! Okay, I'm moving on. So dumb. Oh man, that was so dumb. When I woke up in this robot body, I was really startled. So your death and the transplants were purely accidental? Sure, when Director Crimson performed the surgery, he had no idea who I was. He thought I was heaven-sent experimental material. Oh yeah, he definitely thought so. He'd be like, oh thank you, I should pray more often, or something like that. The power of science is magnificent, but the power of prayer really works apparently. And how much do you know about Sky Shield? I've seen it on TV news and in newspaper, but Director Crimson always treated me like a defective product. Never shared important info with me. It's only after the trial I knew he was actually a head of Sky Shield. It seems like she really had nothing to do with the whole incident. While if it's this easy to get to know the truth, Chief wouldn't be spending all these years chasing for it. You mentioned earlier that 004 was a diagnostic robot. Could you tell me more about this function? It was years ago. At the time, the director installed an amazing medical diagnostic device in her head. She would automatically scan everyone approaching, recording blood pressure, pulse, bone density, and existence of diseases. Then based on the data, she could estimate how many days one has left to live. If they maintain their current lifestyle. She could predict how long someone has left to live? I feel like I've seen something familiar in an anime. Fucking weeb. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but it isn't quite the same as the real prophecy. The diagnostic function could really only estimate a normal death time, but it couldn't predict sudden events. After all, even a healthy person could get hit by a car unexpectedly and die. She definitely couldn't predict that. I see. I thought maybe it could prevent accidents or murders. Had her diagnostic function... has it been operational all these years? As far as I know, since we were redesigned, these old functions should have been removed. That's a relief. Otherwise, every time she looked at me, she would see my lifespan keep ticking down. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? But if her diagnostic function only operated before she was redesigned... That means her data from a few years ago wasn't deleted, right? Cyan, are there still records of the people 004 diagnosed? If it's just the diagnostic records, they are from before she was redesigned, and there should still be a backup. Mr. Goldstein isn't finished yet. It wouldn't hurt to borrow those records. They might be something useful. No more questions. If it's okay, could you help me check the backup records of 004? That's easy. You can check by the computer in this room. I'm gonna stick my finger in it and start it up for you. Please spare me from witnessing the scene. But I want to see it. I wonder what mischievous secrets 004 had hidden. Let's get the secrets. She's no longer here, so show some respect. Hey, can't even joke around, huh? Here. This should be what you're looking for. Do you understand a damn thing? I don't. Are you sure this jumble of characters is diagnostic records? Of course, let me explain them for you. Look at the long string of letters and numbers on the left. Doesn't it look familiar? Looks like the format of our ID numbers, right? Exactly. That's the identity information of each person scanned by 004. And the number following indicate the remaining days of life for each person scanned. Pretty impressive, huh? Impressive, but useless, seemingly. Let me see. Detective Caliburn Stone died on July 4th. After that, the police took control of 004. We adjust the date to July 4th. We might be able to find out who she got in touch with that day. Nothing different. 6666? Whoa, okay. 004 was placed inside the stadium at the time, where she would have come in contact with thousands of staff and audience. This kind of information is utterly useless. You asked for it, not a buy business. I better not waste time checking these ID numbers one by one. It's meaningless. The robot's diagnostic function can only predict a person's natural lifespan. It has nothing to do with the case. I must be bored out of my mind to even bother with this. As expected, it's the same thing no matter how many pages I glanced over. 7? Ooh. Huh? Wait. For most people in these pages, the numbers in the thousands or tens of thousands. Why does it look like this person's remaining lifespan only shows 7? Oh, that just means 004 encountered someone who had only 7 days left. What's so strange about it? Ever seen an old man on his deathbed? No, this is incredibly strange. An old man could pass away any moment. Who could pass away any moment wouldn't be at a stadium watching a game. Make a wish. Make a wish. Have you heard of that? That sounds fucked up. Well, yeah, my point exactly. Maybe it's a dying wish, right? Yeah, that's right. Could it be someone who had a knife stuck in them, and if it's not removed, they'll bleed to death within 7 days? I don't think someone like that would survive 7 days. The number is really odd, though it could be just a malfunction. Since I've seen it, I better make a note of it and investigate whose ID this is later. Oh, alrighty then. Okay, got it. Want some tea? I'll bring it to you later. Are you talking to me? Of course not. It's the deputy director calling me, and I'm answering directly to the neural processor in my head. Isn't it strange to put a phone in your head? Oh, really? He said the data you want has been recovered. You can pick it up in his office right now. Oh, great. I'll get going now. Since you're done, I'll head back to the workshop to watch my drama. Come visit me often when you have time, okay? Okay, see you next time. Hopefully. I'll come with someone. Next time I'll come with something to scare her back, or else my feeling cannot be released. But that's for later. Mr. Goldstein's office is on this floor. I better hurry. Miss Ray, I decoded all the data. That's great. May I ask, how is the decoding process? If you're asking about the recovery rate of the documents, I have to say it's not ideal. A large amount of image data stored on the ship was damaged due to the carrier being burned at high temperatures. How could it be? Fortunately, the specific image you requested is intact. Please look here. I don't get it. Looks scary though. I don't know what it is. It must be something very significant since you attach such importance to it. I was right. This heart-shaped trajectory in midair is almost identical to the one in President Yu's video. There's also a date and time in the bottom right corner of the image. July 6, 2019, 2:55 p.m. Wait, isn't that the day of incident number 761? Jeff and I rushed in at around 3 p.m. 2:55. Wait, 2:55, but it says here 2:45. Wow, okay. Perhaps it's precisely when the incident happened. Could you tell me what circumstances this image would appear? I'm certain that this is absolutely no pattern inside the robot's camera. In other words, GBXF004 indeed saw such a scene and captured it. If the chip had been intact, it would have been a complete video segment. However, due to the damage, only this picture can be viewed, just like a screenshot from a video. As we dashed out of the courthouse in darkness, a blinding flash of light pierced through our vision. Two similar heart-shaped traces both appeared at the scene of the incident, number 761 and the 99th floor of Skyrim Trade Center. Could the two halos be from the same person? No, perhaps I'm overthinking. At least I should identify what exactly this halo is. Is it all a special camera flash? Or some glow stick? Flashlight object? It doesn't seem to fit any of them. How is it? Is this image what you expected? Yes, but I can't judge right now whether it can be useful. By the way, may I ask more questions if you're free? Go ahead. Mr. Goldstein, you've been working here for many years, if I'm not mistaken, right? To be precise, 8 years, 3 months, 27 days. That was a bit sudden. I'd like to ask you about the past events, about the past of Director Crimson. I see. Please, go ahead. Director Crimson was confirmed by the police as the fourth ranking head of Sky Shield, Quadrant. He created the robots GBXF-003 and 004, and also one of the planners behind the explosion attack 4 years ago. But what confuses me is why he sent 004 to Lemon Village to replace the village chief's deceased granddaughter. It seems pointless for both him and Sky Shield, right? Miss Ray, please allow me to say this. While this may sound like hindsight, I must say Director Crimson is not that kind of person who would use robots for explosive attacks. He designed the robots himself and was ahead of Sky Shield. There's no denying that. From what I've observed, he was peculiar, but had an absolute dedication to science. Perhaps he despised society, looked down on humans and could ruthlessly deprive innocent lives, but he valued his creations above all else. Cyan and Annie, they were so important to him? Yes, I find it hard to imagine that he would allow 2 robots to become carriers of bombs and perish in an attack. Moreover, he mentioned that he sent his creation of effort to a remote place to repay someone's life-saving favor. He had no reason to destroy her. Huh? Had Director Crimson been saved by someone before? I don't know about the details. He only briefly mentioned it during work. If it's convenient, could you tell me more about Director Crimson's past? Many years ago, the director seemed to have encountered troubles, being wanted by some extremely dangerous individual. Some extremely dangerous individual? Was it a member of Sky Shield? Probably not. The events the director mentioned happened in his early 20s. Back then, Sky Shield didn't exist. When Director Crimson was in his 20s? That was over 30 years ago, before I was even born. I never even heard of the dangerous figures of that era. Just as he was fleeing to desolate mountains with no one to turn to, a middle-aged villager happened to lend him a helping hand. Under the protection of that villager, he hid in the mountain village for a period, escaping the disaster. That villager you were saying was Graham Lemon, the village chief of Lemon Village, right? I didn't know. The director rarely talked about his past. He only mentioned this once while he was modifying 004. As for how he intended to repay that villager with this robot, I had no idea. I hear the recording of Director Crimson's conversation with the village chief before. Oh, I heard it before. I can guess what happened afterward. The village chief's granddaughter, the real Annie Lemon, passed away a year ago. Director Crimson specifically modified 004 into Annie's look, partly to test her ability to integrate into human society, and partly to repay the village chief's favor, providing him with companionship in his twilight years. It's hard to believe, but this is probably the most reasonable explanation. Using the robot to replace a deceased human. Only he would come up with something with such a way of repaying a favor. But not the first to think of it. Fallout 4, right? Since Although Joseph Crimson was unforgivable for his crimes, it seems he was not purely cold-blooded and ruthless. In August last year, someone infiltrated a Chinese-style residential quarter and stole a hidden bomb remote control. Later, this remote control appeared in Director Crimson's room. I'm thinking, if Director Crimson sent someone to steal the remote control without notifying Sky Shield, perhaps he intended from the beginning to stop the bombing plan and prevent his creations from being destroyed. That's possible. Unfortunately, the director is no longer with us. No matter how much we speculate, we can't confirm it. Kujia once tried to assassinate Sans English, and Joseph Crimson also tried to stop the attack. It seems that Sky Shield is not completely united. Perhaps this is our chance to break through. Mr. Goldstein, I finished with my questions. Sorry for delaying your time to go home. Don't be, Miss Ray. You are considered a benefactor to the center. There's no reason for me to neglect your inquiries. If there's ever a need for my assistance in the future, please don't hesitate to ask. That's very kind of you. I have other things to attend to, so I'll take my leave now. Wish you all the best. Please give my regards to Miss Sapphire and Miss White. Sure will. Take care. It's already this late. Luckily, I already got what I came for. I wonder how Chief's investigation is going. Maybe he's already found the killer. If I head to the entrance now to catch a ride, I should make it back to the office before dark. I need to hurry. The search of final chapter of Winter End. The story. Okay, I'm gonna continue that later. Well, to be honest, this. If I had to say something, Luna's one is the weakest out of all of them. I think the second one is probably Silas's one. But maybe that's because I did his one first and forgot what he uncovered. I just know that he went back to Lemon Village and asked questions about the past stuff. But yeah, I think I might need to rewatch the video or something. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, not really much happened. I'm just glad that over these past few episodes, we've been visiting places from the past cases. So now case 1 is very relevant, case 2 is very relevant, case 3 is very relevant, and to some extent case 4. But case 4 was always very relevant. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of excited for the next episode, so we'll see what happens then. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching my playthrough of Trials of Innocence. And if you like what you see, stay tuned and stay awesome. Good night.